Everybody, welcome back to episode 9 of Space Engineers getting off Gaia, however you say it. I still have not figured it out. Maybe I should just put it into Google. Alright, so a few things to update you on before we start this episode. Number 1, you'll notice something is new in the sky. So, because we have scarce ores on, and because this mod, this planet mod, doesn't really intend for you to play with scarce ores. In fact, uranium is still on this planet, although it has been updated. I don't know why the creator hasn't removed uranium. I guess I just didn't want to. Because it has been updated since the survival update, because there's wind. So, I don't know. It's still being updated, too. It's weird that there's still uranium, but otherwise, great mod. I really like this planet. So I decided to, that's Europa over there. So I decided to spawn in, the normal Europa is still there. I didn't, like, move it or anything. It's just a new, I spawned in a new one. So, the issue with having scarce ores and starting on this planet and house ruling that I can't use anything that wouldn't be on Earth like normally with scarce ores is that normally the idea of scarce ores is to start on Earth and go to the moon. But because there's no moon on this planet, I would have to go to like Mars or Alien directly. Well, not Alien, because I think Alien pretty much only has uranium as it's like or you can't get anywhere else, I think, because I think it just has like iron otherwise, like iron and nickel. And I guess it has silicon and nickel and iron because it has stones. Technically, every planet has iron, nickel, and silicon. Technically, if you want to look at it that way. But anyway, so I decided to spawn in Europa because Europa in scarce ores has ice, which we really need. I partially did that because I was like, well, if it's covered in ice, that makes sense for this planet. Because the idea could be like, we could haul a bunch of ice back from Europa to here to move these things. And that's new, I'll talk about that later. And mostly this. I want to get this into space. And this as well. This is new too. And that's also new. There's a lot of new things. But that's why I spawned in Europa. This is our goal, is to get to Europa. And then we can start going from there. Because there's also gold and silver, which I think allows us to make jump drives. So just like the normal moon. That's why I spawned this, to help our progression. I probably should have done this in the start. I wasn't really thinking about scarce ores combined with this mod, because they're not intended to be used with each other. Which is why we're having such a hard time getting off this planet in the first place, is because we can't use any of the normal materials you'll be able to use. Like, normally you can use uranium, but because I have house ruled that I'm not allowed to, that makes it really hard to get off this planet. Because normally I would just be like, okay, I'll just put a reactor on this thing, fill it with uranium, and that'll power it. Well, I can't do that because I don't have uranium. I can't use uranium. And I also can't use anything to make reactors either, so I can't have any of that. I can only have wind power and solar power. And hydrogen, I guess, if I wanted to do that. But that's also very, very inefficient. So I can basically only have wind and solar. One of which doesn't even work during the night, so... But so that's the problem. And they're both like obviously very weak sources of power, and they don't work on the move either. Solar kind of does, but not really. Not enough for this thing, this monster. So I've tried to construct. I've kind of given up on the idea of getting this to space right away. We're not going to get enough ice from the moisture evaporators to be able to get this thing into space. They just don't generate enough. They use too much power. Like, that, even all of those are barely enough to fill this hydrogen tank. What's the word I'm looking for here? Not even, compared to this. Like, we can barely even fill this one. And there's no way we're filling this one. And this one needs, like, to be full. And maybe even more to get off the planet. Because it is heavy. It's going to use a lot of fuel. Although we do have atmospheric, so we could get up atmospheric without hydrogen and then turn them on. And this is the same idea. So, I want to show off so, I originally thought, I was like, okay, I'll build a smaller thing that's lighter than this, that'll get us up to space. And then I realized, again, I can't really fill this hydrogen tank, and I think this would still not be able to get to space, because it's still too heavy and too big, and it would take too much fuel, and I don't think it would work. So, as well as, like, I think we'd run out of power, because we'd have to use the atmospheric thrusters, and I think we would just run out of power. So I just don't think it would work. Something that's this big. Anything large grid, not going to work. Unless it's really, really small large grid. I kind of want to keep this because I think it looks pretty cool. It looks okay. It's mostly just a cylinder with some, like, things, but I think it's, I don't know, I still kind of like it. It's simple, but the coloring helps make it look a little more interesting otherwise. But, so yeah, this was kind of an idea, and then I realized, like, that's not going to really work. I wanted it because I was like, I really do want some defense, and like 4 Gatling guns should hopefully be enough. But, you know, as long as we're not going to engage with anything, like if we see a base, we can try to run away from it. But what I kind of realized is that there's no way I'm getting this into space. So instead, I've kind of given up and gone with this little thing. So obviously, this thing has no defense at all. There's none. 0. It has, yeah, just generally very limited capabilities. The idea is to hopefully get, I don't know, it's hard because even with all, there's barely even enough container space here to get a lot of ice. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do. I feel like what we could do is probably, what we're going to most likely have to do is we're going to have to go up to the moon, establish a base. Where's the moon? Where are you? It's behind me. We're going to have to go up to the moon. So here's the idea. We're going to have to go to the moon, establish a base on the moon, because we're not going to be able to get this stuff off of the moon. I kind of like the challenge of this planet, actually, though. But, like, we're not going to be able to get the stuff off of this planet without probably building a base on the moon. And then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build a base on the moon. And so the idea is probably to stack this with enough resources to build a base on the moon. And then we'll have to build a base on the moon, build a cargo ship on the moon that can bring more ice back than what this can. So really, the storage here is for bringing materials to the moon, not from the moon. Because there's no way we're going to just be able to get to the moon, grab some ice, and leave. We're going to have to build some kind of a base that can give us a lot of ice to get all this stuff into space. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll just end the series there, because that's going to take a while. I don't know. We'll have to see. Definitely is more of a challenge than I thought it would be, but so I think we are 40. I think we have how much percent? 39. We might be okay. I'm not really sure. I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess we could try, but the only problem is that we're gonna run out of ice, so we really might want to be careful. I don't know how much hydrogen we're gonna need to fill this thing up. How much ice we're gonna need to get. I don't know how much hydrogen we're gonna need. How full it's gonna need to be. Obviously I can put parachutes on it so that doesn't break, but at the same time, if it does, who cares? It's so tiny, it's not even worth it. But I guess I'll put the rest of this ice in since I don't really need it for now. This isn't connected. I have to put it in. I think I can access it from. They're not even connected through conveyors because I didn't really think that they would need to be. Oop. So let's see how much this fills it up to. If we can get to like 60, that might be enough fuel. If we can just get up with like atmospheric thrust only first and see if that works, then that might be okay, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anything crazy happened. I think another, in terms of assert bases, I think another one may have spawned. I killed it with this thing again and then repaired it, so nothing, you know, too crazy. I don't think I explained this vehicle yet, so hopefully we're not going to be on this planet for a while, but if we are, or when we come back, this is what I am hoping to use to deal with assert bases instead of that. Because this works fine. In fact, it works pretty well. It's heavily armored, it has a ton of guns, it usually does the job. But the problem is that getting it back is always a pain, because it uses so much power, and half the time it's either out of power or it's a gambit, because it might run out of power before we get back. So it's always a risk. This one doesn't have a timer. I wonder if this is special content. But, I guess I'm getting a little distracted. But the idea behind that vehicle is to be the ground assault vehicle, since it only has one battery, and that's all it really needs. It should be a lot easier for us to assault ground bases with that, rather than using the... you don't really have much else. Much good in you. Unless... push you over maybe? No, don't go all the way over. No, back this way. Nope, it was not a special content. It was normal. Oh, there it is. Where's the base? But, yeah, so, I don't know, there is a refueling station, which we could go check out and see if it has any ice in it, I guess. I don't remember where it is, though. That's the problem. I think I don't remember if I had the new HUD mod installed last time. I'll have to add that to the mod list. So that's a new thing that we have. Is a new HUD mod. Do we want to try and find the refueling station? We could. I can't remember which way it is. I think it's over this way somewhere, I think, maybe. I actually made some ammo earlier because I was planning to use it for the rocket, the large rocket, because I was like, we're going to need a lot of ammo, but I don't know if it'll actually be that deadly in space. I'm kind of banking that it's not, because if it is, we're completely screwed. I didn't even get to show the inside of this, did I? There's really nothing special. It's literally just cargo containers, guns, conveyored up, and that's literally all there is to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in and let it filter out. Maybe, like I said, I think we actually might want to go and try and find that refueling station. I think it was out in, like, this direction, I think. Possibly? I think it was. It was near one of the observer bases. I also want to do it just because if we were running around, there's a good chance we might spawn a base that we have to fight, which would be very problematic. We don't want that. Ooh, a little bit of lag. Nothing too crazy though. Do I have an ore detector on it? I'm gonna turn it to max while we're doing this. Okay, I do. Do I have food on me? Hang on. Stop. I need to get food because I'm gonna get hungry and die. Another thing I found out on the off-screen adventures was that if we make food with the soil tray, this takes so much water to grow food, like 20. So it's actually more efficient for us because we have such limited water to use the synth food. Normally it's not, because I think the idea is that, like, you're supposed to, be on a planet with like a ton of ice and it shouldn't be a problem. But for us, it actually is a problem. It's a major problem. We really don't want to have to use. We really don't want to have to waste all our ice on. We really don't have to waste all our ice on using it for water conversion. But I would have to if I had to use that food. I would have to use it for water a lot of the time, which would suck a lot. I don't want to have to do that. So yeah, let me grab some food, just a little bit. It should be fine. Where is my rover? It should be near. There it is. Yeah, if we can find the refueling station, this might be a good chance. Let me actually take a blueprint of this because I don't have the most updated blueprint. I know it is in there though. Yeah, but that's an old blueprint. It's slightly old. I moved the position of the turret so that they can all fire at the same time. Because originally the turret that was like where the plus is in the white lines, that was where the turret slightly above it was. But then I realized like they would not be able to shoot at the same time, which is probably bad. Because with this, they can all shoot at the same time and they have crap loads of ammo. Because I have, if I look at Gatling guns, they all probably have like 20 in them, maybe 12. It should have more. I definitely have more ammo. I definitely put more than 12 in. That's weird. Are they all full? I guess they only want to take 12. Yeah, I have 28 in the container, so it's weird that they're not taking more. I guess 12 is maybe the max they want to carry? I'm not sure. I think the refueling tower was over here, because I kind of want to see if we can't find that and try and take it out, because it might have ice. It may have ice. I'm going to turn the turrets off for now, I guess. I don't know if it was over here or if it was somewhere else. I think it was over here. Maybe it was... I don't know. It might be over in the nickel direction because I know I found it while discovering ores, I think. I can't remember. No, I think it was during one of the observer base hunts. That's when I found it. Oh, I'm definitely going to spawn on a cert base. It's going to suck when I do. I can feel it. It's been a while. I'm traveling a lot. It's totally going to spawn in a cert base. Yeah, this might be the direction. I'm not sure. Like I said, hopefully this'll work. It looks like this is the destroyed outpost. I actually did a little bit of a peek through with does this still have stuff on it actually? It looks like there's a gun. Ah, stop firing. What are you doing? Turrets. Why are they firing? Oh. Apparently my guns weren't set off. That's really annoying. I guess because they saw a battery and they were like, Battery bad. Okay, so I don't see the... I hope I placed that moon far enough away. Definitely, I think I definitely did. I went pretty far out. Okay, so is it... Maybe it's not over here? I don't remember where it was. First of all, I need to change my turret weapon. Apparently add some more. Okay, that should be all of them then. There we go. I'm not seeing anything. I left that thing more intact than I thought I did. I don't know if I did... I don't think I recorded me taking it out, because I was like, kind of already did this. Oh, crap. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I didn't even see that! How was I supposed to see that? Oh, that's probably a reload. Whoops. I didn't even see that. Jesus, that came out of nowhere. I saw it on my screen and I was like, okay, iron is underneath us. And then it, like all of a sudden, rock out of nowhere. And I'm like, what? Where did that rock even come from? The rock teleported in. That's the problem with low LOD in this game. Stuff just teleports in. It's the worst when you get an asteroid that, like, it has low poly, and then, like, it looks like, oh, there's just like a single speck in the asteroid, or, like, there's a single, you know, a tiny little piece of voxel, and then it turns out it's actually way bigger, and, like, you just crash into it. I've actually had yet to crash into it, but I feel like I will at one point. It's really stupid. I get why they do it, but at the same time, it's really annoying when it's, like, this big, and then it, like, actually loads in, it's actually, like, this big, and you're like, oh, crap. That's not good. I also can't believe that rock did so much damage. I guess, I mean, I have light armor, but still. I guess heavy armor really makes a difference. I've crashed the other vehicle, like, way harder than that, and I feel like it didn't do anything. Okay. I guess we also know that it's not even in that direction anyway now, so we can go towards... I think it's towards the nickel or silicon outpost, probably. Oh, and I know to fix my Gatling guns. So I've basically seen in the future. I guess I'll turn them off for now. Because, like, they probably are going to find... President shooting at some of these. Yep. I was like, they're going to shoot at a wreck at some point. Because I think they just shoot at bad, or I think they shoot at anything they think could be possibly active, I think. It's what it seems like. Okay, they are set to 800. I do want that. But it seems like they kind of shoot at anything that's active. So if it's like... Or not active, but if it has batteries or anything that's still, like, powered. Anything powered, I think. They shoot at it, it seems like. There's the peel. They shoot at that? No, they won't. Why do they randomly fire off like 3 bullets? I don't think they shoot at the peel, but you never know. I don't see the refueling station anywhere nearby. It might be where the ship is, actually. I think it actually might be over here. I can't remember. Because it might have ice if it's a refueling station. I'm not gonna lie, I took a peek at it, and it did have a O2H generators, which is why I'm saying this. I just got, you know, when I was loading in, or spawning in the planet, or the moon, I got really curious, and I was like, man, I wonder what this station looks like. And I was like, oh, it has O2H2. So I cheated a little bit, but I really should have checked it out anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's over by the ship. If not, hopefully by the nickel, the other one. Is that moving? Hang on, wait. Is it moving? Okay, it looked like it was. I think it's just sparking. Yeah, I think that must be one of the destroyed observer bases that I destroyed a while ago. Okay. But yeah, assert bases spawn depending on how far you've walked, so this is definitely gonna make one spawn. I decided to look underneath one, and it turns out there is stuff, but it's very scary. Well, it's not really that scary. There's not really a lot there, so that's why I was like, eh. I mean, I cheated to look underneath it, but at the same time, it's like, there's nothing there anyway. There's literally nothing good there. This one looks almost like intact. This isn't active, right? No? Nope. Well, it would. I would know. It would have spawned a drone, and it would have had stuff. But yeah, underneath this, there's like a whole labyrinth of stuff. It's kind of small, though. There's not really anything of value in it either. Mostly just guns, and if you try to drill underneath, there's like warheads. So, you know, I probably won't try and drill. Hey, there it is. Okay, I knew it was over here. Alright. To the fueling station. Yes. If we get an assert base to spawn now, that would suck, because I actually know where I'm going now. I should have just headed towards this way. There's just a lookout tower. I don't really care. Lookout tower has literally nothing. I'm never touching that thing. There's no reason to touch it. Because it'll probably spawn more stuff anyway. It's not like I'm going to have my thing be completely clear. There's no real reason to bother with it. It's literally like a small building, and the most valuable thing in it, I think, is like a fully charged battery. You know, it's like, there's literally no reason to do it. I will turn my turrets on, just in case something spawns. Because I don't know what this is going to be like. I'm hoping that my turrets will, like, you know, hopefully not... Oh, SPRT supply cache. Okay. That's interesting. I do kind of want to just go for the... That definitely just popped in. I do kind of want to go for the refueling station, though, first. I'm more interested in that. It probably didn't... It might not have popped in. It might have just... No, because we would have been out of range by now if it was a short range. We definitely would have been out of range. How long does it go for? Gold, how you torment me. Silver, how you torment me. Hopefully this works. I'm hoping that we'll be able to take it down. It shouldn't be hard as the absurd bases, that's for sure. Those things are a pain because they spawn drones. So it's like, you know what I mean? You have to have enough firepower that when you show up, you're able to shoot a drone out as well. As well as take out the, I'm going to slow down a little bit here because there's kind of a lip. As well as I would like to get a view on the station before I actually go to it. I mean, I've seen it, but I don't know how much firepower it actually has. It's in a bit of an interesting spot, actually. In that it's sort of even like tipped over. I should probably put a gyro on this thing. Maybe we won't need it. I don't know. Alright, turrets are on. Here we go. Actually, maybe we get a little bit of a glimpse at it. Nope, too late. We're already in range. Just go for it. Oh, weapons, fire! Is it actually firing back at us? Oh, now it is. Yep, yep. Yeah, it is. Oh, boy. Shoot the guns, please. Shoot the guns before it shoots me. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. You're not shooting the guns! Shoot the guns! What are you doing? Thank you. Okay, very cool. They took forever to shoot the guns. It was like the last thing they shot. For some odd reason, they were like, ignore the guns. Wait, hang on. Did I get shot? I preferably don't want to die here. I'm going to go ahead and make a GPS marker. Alright, let's see what we got here. This was actually pretty successful. I think we could take out an assert base with this. I didn't want to back up, but actually, sure. Ooh. Ooh, there is a full hydrogen tank. Me want. That is spicy. Did this one actually survive? Did this one? Yeah, it did. Nice. Okay. Alright, it's still powered. So I'm gonna just try and take control of this. So I like to look and see if it has any more turrets before I... Ooh, there's a med bay as well. Why is this base so stacked? Ooh, transport courier, okay. Fueling station, Gatling turret, incomplete. Alright, we're good to go. No more turrets. Cool. If I hack you... Ooh, 22... Oh! Did you see how much ice that had? Oh, baby. We may not have to worry about ice anymore. Oh, yes. Oh, we hit the jackpot. This is what we needed. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh. And are my cargo containers still, like, mostly... Most of them are, yeah. That's great. Okay, sweet. Not all of them, but some of them are. Yeah, okay. Brilliant. Now, watch as we spawn a freaking assert base on the, where I die from accidentally hitting Z. That would suck. Oh, yes. Perfect. Perfecto, dude. Brilliant. Do we have any motors? Any motors? Any motors? Any motors? Yes, motors. You do indeed have motors. What? Oh, brilliant! Freaking fantastic. That is so much ice. Actually genius. Oh. Oh my god, we can actually get the vehicle that I wanted to get into space anyway. Oh, that changes everything. I don't even have to worry about it. Sweet! Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these batteries so that it's depowered. Because I don't know how... Man, oh, that's perfect. I don't know how it works with guns. I think you can take ownership of it, but I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works. I'm not sure. Are you still powered? Get one more. It's definitely a lot easier than the assert bases, because I think you can tunnel underneath these as well. These aren't made like the assert bases where they're made to just kind of thwart like high-level players, I think. You know, being a high-level player, obviously. Not really. I'm still a baby when it comes to this game. Oh, that's weird. It didn't stop, but it didn't. Okay, so I think the grid is depowered, I believe. Does it have any medical components? No, that sucks. I got rid of all the medical components. Sweet! Okay, that's awesome. This is a steal. You need to make sure this doesn't get shot at. This is an actual steal. This is perfect. In fact, it even has a connector for us to connect to. So if we break this, right? Let me repair this really quick. I want to get its ammo. It's 1 million pieces of ammo for like whatever reason. I don't know. I need a motor. Do I have motors on me? I don't. And if only this thing worked, that would have been cool. Well, no, because I can't hack it. You can't hack those things. So it would work. Drop all this stuff in here. Oh, this is perfect. This rover worked like a charm as well. Which makes me happy, because now we can use this instead of taking in the other thing, which is a much bigger hassle. Man, this actually changes literally everything. I'm so happy. It's not firing at me. You're already going through ammo before you can if you decide to change your mind, which I don't think you would anyway, because I don't know why you would do that. That's weird. So we can siphon some of this out if we go ahead and if we go ahead and rebuild one of these batteries. So I think I took out all the guns, right? Yeah, all the weapons are down. Sweet, freaking sweet. We got so lucky with this. Holy crap. Oh, I need computers. Actually, can't I just break it and then take the ammo from it? Isn't that a strategy? Yeah. Why do you have to why do they always, like, I always see people repair these and then take the ammo. I don't really need to. Maybe because of server cleanup and they can't pick it up all on time, and because I have... Maybe because of that. Because I have no server cleanup. Yeah, so this is perfect. We can siphon out the H2. So I can destroy that small craft. We don't even need that anymore. We don't need that at all. We have plenty of ice and hydrogen now to completely fill up. I just have to be really careful with how I do this. If anything, we just take the... We just get... How far away from this is... How far away from base is this? Base is... that is pretty far. Actually, I may have to build a hydrogen tank on here. I kind of want to get these repaired in case we do spawn on a certain base, though. Just because. Do they still have ammo in them? Yeah, they do. That's another reason. I don't know if I have materials to rebuild them. Alright, well I would say that was a successful raid. Extremely successful. That went like perfectly. We got materials we really needed. Oh, stop. What are you doing? Stop. You mad lad. Did it break the hydrogen tank? No. Thank God. There's 2 hydrogen tanks? Oh my God. It's freaking sweet. I need 2 large tubes. You do not have large tubes. You do not have them. Hang on. I need to turn off. Why are my turrets not all off anyway? They should be. That's weird. They should all be off. I mean, this one's off, right? You're off. Are you off? You should be off. Oh, you're not off. Interesting. I guess I can't turn them off when they're on fire? That's weird. Well, it does kind of make sense, because once they get on fire, you can't access them anymore, so it does kind of make sense when you think about it. So, we can probably just go ahead and, like, hook up a connector, and then, if you build a hydrogen tank on this thing, we can hook up this hydrogen tank to the hydrogen tank on the other thing. Yeah, that would work. I mean, even then, or even that, or like, we don't even maybe need to grab these. We might just be able to grab the... We might just... I feel bad for adding the moon now, because I don't even need it anymore. But, we might just be able to grab the, we might be able to just grab the, Man, that worked so well. So well. It really did. Although I do kind of want to make sure our turrets are repaired before we leave. Because I don't know, I'm super... I feel like something's gonna happen. Do you have metal grids on you? No. You don't have metal grids on you. Do you have metal grids on you? You do not have metal grids on you. Is that everything though? Is that all the things? Battery. Oxygen generator. Yeah. Pretty much. Okay. Do you have metal grids? You look like you would. No? You don't. Do you have metal grids? No? Do I have metal grids in the cargo maybe that I can repair these with? Just in case we run out or we run into... What just happened? What is happening? Why do I keep on hearing clanging noise? What is happening? That was weird. I kept on hearing clanging noise. I still hear clanging noise. What is happening? Are you empty? Give me your ammo. Did that iron ore get like stuck in the ship or something? Is that gonna break it? Nah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I don't see anything. Actually, wait, do you have materials in you? You have materials in you, but I can't get to you. And you do have little grids. I need more motors. What's this? Small car container? Oh, do you have anything in you? do. I can't actually access you right now. Conveyor, you'll have meters. Sweet. Ah. One display. Anything got a display in here? What is happening? I keep on hearing bang. What is it? What is causing this to bang about? Did something get like stuck in it? I don't see anything. What if I go into admin tools and do trash removal? Voxels. Enable maybe? That might fix it? I don't know. Oh. Oh, that explains it. Oh yeah, I still need a display. Come on, you don't got anything with a display in here? Nothing? Really? Seems a little wild. This thing would have a display if it was functional. Do you have a display left? No, you're broken. It's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? I bet I have displays. Yep, I sure do. I sure do. I still hear noises. What am I hearing? Does this have anything in it? I don't know. It might have. Oh, it did. Oh. Got the stuff out now. I don't know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a bunch of noises. I don't know what it is. Do you have display in you? No. Have display. I'm gonna break this one, but I can repair this one. Because then I can put the display back in this one. Need construction computers to repair that one. Then I can access the metal grids to repair our gun. Oh, I need a lot more for that. Hang on. There's another gun that was easier to repair. I still need a motor. My computer is so loud when I play this game. Why do I hear noises? What is bouncing around? Is it you? No. It must be something that's like bouncing around, causing much damage. I don't know where it is though. Can I like... I don't know. Wait, hang on. Oh crap. I need to go to trash removal. I don't hear anything. Did that remove the, No, it didn't. I want this stuff to be removed too, because if this is removed, then that whatever's in there should be removed too, because there's definitely something that like fell into the rover that I can't get into. Trash removal, general, fix, stations. I don't want to do that. Control with the production with the useful point. Is there any way to do like stop quantities? I don't know how to get rid of it. Linear moving with production. Entity list. I don't know how you would get rid of it. Yeah, I don't know. Trash removal, cycle objects. What is this? Oh, this is the mobile drill. Oh, it's pretty cool. I've never seen it up close before. No, I don't want that. Let me go back to my player view. That's pretty cool. Mobile drill input. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna have to use the old-fashioned stairs here. Thank God I added these. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. It must be something inside the truck that I can't discern. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Alright, I can't repair you. Can I at least repair some of them just in case? Like, how many can I repair? I keep forgetting I don't have fuel. I don't think I can repair any of these. I think we're just gonna have to go home and hopefully we are okay. I guess I'll grab as much ice as I can carry with me on hand, which is actually all of it now that I think about it. There's kind of no reason I can't carry all of it. I have plenty of inventory space. But yeah, this worked. I would say that an observer base we'd be able to take out. An outpost, I don't know. They're a little stronger, but I feel like we would be okay. They're not that bad, though. They weren't that bad. It's hard to say, though. We still want to be careful. But we can definitely use the... I don't even think we need to use the rocket. I might just scrap the entire rocket idea. I don't even need it anymore. Do I have large steel tubes? I think I do. So I can repair that. Grab the ice out of it. But yeah, this fixes our ice problem, definitely. I'm going to put this all into the banana bunch and use that. For sure. Large steel tubes. I do. For sure. This worked out amazingly. We robbed them of their ice. I mean, it's not like they were really using it. Clearly nothing's docking here. That's why I wish there was humanoid NPCs in this game. It'd be so cool. It would be really cool. Like, not aliens, because that doesn't fit with this game at all. Because this game is supposed to be, like, semi-realistic. Aliens would be super weird. It'd be like, why are there aliens? This game is supposed to be semi-realistic. We know that aliens don't exist in our solar system, at least. At least not the kind of alien. There might be, like, bacteria that we haven't found yet on, like, Mars or something, or underneath seas. Some of these moons that have ice and then maybe ocean underneath them. But otherwise, there's no real, you know, no real life on in the solar system that we know of. No sentient life is what I'm saying. Nothing sentient. There might not be any sentient life in the entire galaxy. Who even knows? It's kind of deep. It's always the thing with space games, though, is that, you know, in real life we go to we go to these other places to colonize them usually, just so that. Or, like, the idea would be, like, you know, you go to Mars to study stuff, and then, like, you know, down the line, once we start running out of space on Earth, and, you know, maybe Earth gets, like, kind of, you know, messed up from global warming and all that, we start to colonize it. You know what I mean? You know, overpopulation, you know, global warming, like, we start to colonize Mars, because it's now, or the Moon, because now the Earth is kind of not looking too good, or maybe it's just overpopulated. I don't know. I think we still can kind of stop global warming. We still have time. It just, you know, would have been nicer if we started earlier, like the 60s even. I think there's a lot. I think there's evidence out there that you know, like very good evidence that these big companies that, you know, like global warming was a thing that we knew about since like the 70s, maybe even earlier. Like, it's not a new concept of, like, oh, we did some research and we figured out global warming is a thing. It's like, no. People were aware that like, at least some of these big companies, they knew. They were aware. Then I gotta be talking about out of my ass. I don't know. I didn't do any actual research. This is just what I heard on, you know, the classic website Reddit. So it could be wrong. But, from what I think it was like r/world news. I don't usually check out any of the articles. It's just like a TLDR, which is why I'm saying that it could, like, it's not, first of all, it's not, you know, I didn't even read the article in the first place, and it didn't come from a super credible, like, it wasn't like CNN or like Fox News isn't exactly, I mean, CNN is not really credible either, but it didn't really come from, it was just like a random news site, I don't think. It wasn't like the BBC or something like that, or, I don't know, NBC, whatever you use as your news station. I only said BBC because it was like the first one that came to mind for some reason, or like Channel 6 News, like whatever. It was just kind of weird though, because I feel like you can't really trust it as much as you could. You know, the fake news. It's all fake news. I remember seeing that tree before and being like, oh god, what is that? Must be some kind of base, and then I realized like, oh, it's a tree. At least I think it's a tree. Yeah, I think it is. If we don't get an assert base spawn, I will be very happy. I mean, we're gonna have one soon now, for sure. There's no way we're not, but I'm very happy that we haven't yet. Oh, and before I forget. Okay, I already did. Or I didn't even turn on creative mode in the first place. Good. Military installation. I don't know if we'll do anything with the military installation. Probably not. I might just leave the hydrogen tank alone. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I might go after it. I might not. I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, that was definitely a tree back there because that looks the same. That looks the same way. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, overall, this performed very well. I'm very happy. You did a good job, MK2 Lemon. You did much better, you did much better than the original Lemon, which did like literally nothing. I mean, it didn't do literally nothing. I mean, it distracted the base while I took it out, but it pretty much ran in and like immediately I got shot out of the cockpit because I put it in the front with like no protection, like an idiot. And then, because like now I know they go for the cockpit, like. The AI always goes for the cockpit. So you want to make sure the cockpit is really protected because they always go for that, even if they necessarily shouldn't. Like, I feel like for what is happening? What is happening? Oh my god. Is that another reload? I think that might be another reload. Whoops. I might be reloading too frequently, but this is usually how I play. Just because I'm so lazy to rebuild stuff, but yeah, I would say that went pretty well. Scientists investigate that which already is. Engineers create that which has never been. Is that even a real quote? Sounds fake. I don't know. I guess it's true though. Yeah. Sort of. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's sort of true and sort of not, because like at the same time, like you think about scientists, like they are technically investigating what already is, but we don't even know we don't know what it is, so they have to figure out what it is. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. Although the engineers create that which has never been. That is just a fact. I mean, engineers usually, well, yeah, pretty much. I mean. Not every engineer, but I'm looking into the quote too much. But I mean, like, if you want to be technical, like, not every engineer is making something that's never been. Like, if an engineer is making a bridge, like, that bridge has been built before. Like, or there's been built bridges before. But at the same time, every bridge is unique because, you have to build it specifically for that scenario. So, it's not easy. Yeah, here we are. Oops. I don't know why it did that. That was so weird as well. Oh, I was going really fast. I didn't even realize. It's hard to tell when you're in a large, good vehicle because it looks slow, but it's not. Oh, you know what? It was because these freaking divots. That was what caused it. Oh, God. Oh, God. I almost had to reload again. I usually don't reload if I get shot at, but I think losing vehicles because of crashing is really annoying. Honestly, it's almost something that I wish I could turn off. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. At the same time, I don't mind it because you do have to be wary of like flying your vehicles, but I don't know. It would be nice if I was able to like just turn it off. You know what I mean? And it was like an option. I'm sure there might be a mod though. There might even be an option to do it. I don't know. Oh, that is not right at all. Stupid random hole for no reason. Because of this stupid drone. I guess it's not there for no reason, but it's stupid. I'm gonna call it stupid. Alright, I think. There we go. Set it to recharge. And we're gonna want to convey this stuff back up. Or actually, I guess we just do the ice manually. Oh man, feels good to have all this ice. I don't have to worry about running out of hydrogen anymore. Well, not necessarily. We still probably want to make a base on the moon, right? Because we're still going to need a lot of ice, probably for a while. What am I doing? I need to go get ice from the moisture evaporators. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because the creator makes it seem like that you could use these for, you know, You could make them. You could use that for like. You could use these instead of like gathering ice, but like not really. They don't really generate enough to be that good. They're only really useful in this scenario because I have to use ice to keep myself alive. That's the only reason they're actually useful. Otherwise, I'd be like, they're not worth it. They use so much power, I'd rather just go get some ice. You know what I mean? And they don't generate a lot, enough to even be like, okay, I'll leave it on for an hour and it'll generate a lot of ice. Like, not really. I mean, I've been recording for 50 minutes, and that's all the ice they generated. It's not a lot. And that is also a lot of power that they're consuming to do that. So, it's not great, honestly. It kind of sucks. Like I said, it's only really useful in this specific scenario because I need ice to survive. So, and on a planet with no ice, they are useful, but otherwise, they really wouldn't be, to be honest with you. Not really. Okay, so I guess that's going to be the end of today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Peace.